All right. We're live on YouTube, Ivy and Alex. All right, there we go. That's uploading. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. How's it going? Monday. There we go. What'd you say? Just gotta pick the best ones for you. Yeah, right. My bad. Okay, sorry to YouTube. You should be good now. No audio. Okay. God damn it. All right, that's good. So anyway, as I was saying, today could be good, pretty good for day traders, as there is empty space gap, both above and below. So one could potentially look at both a short and a long. If you're scalping, obviously price targets here are pretty clear. It could be a little gap fill retest at 613. Obviously, we'd need to lose our open. Right now, we're in between the both of them, and we do have empty space up above us. If you kind of go to the 15-minute here, we could see a 620 wick. I cannot determine whether or not we are going to do anything else beyond that. That would be likely driven by volume. That would be the best case scenario here. But my first, when I look at this, I see a pop up, a move here, and then, excuse me, at that point, it would be if you lose the same wall over here to your left, or if you're unable to even break it, back down, possibly under your pre-market lows. So somebody just knocked on my door. Hold on. All right. What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. I'm on the tube if you would like to see my screen. All right. So anyway, that being said, 5 minute time frame, same thing. You can map. Listen, as soon as I give you guys these price points, move down to the 5, move down to the 15. Double check your marks, right? You can find everything that you need to answer the questions that you have. There's a little box right there, right? We got our top right here at 617, empty space, right? So now we have a better look at where that could potentially run. That's 621.14. So reclaim this, possibly get that. Now moving through the entirety of that structure, obviously could put us up for maybe a break, but we'll see when we get there. All right, that is the cues. Let's take a look at SPY. And they did have a not so great gap up. Of course, they did not have uh, as much, I think, empty space. I guess if we're looking at it chart to chart, you filled up all of your empty space. So that could be considered uh, closed. Yeah, same thing. So there would our first green candle to our left. We've tapped that here this morning. So losing that wick at 684.38 slash the open. And we would likely see a 683.65 retest slash potential gap fill. Hey man, what is it? I missed that. Hey man, thanks for the live. Just sold some silver. Looking for a good short-term bet. Any ideas? We got a good watch list, decent little watch list. PLTR, Lulu, Netflix, Oracle. So those could be some things. Is that my cousin that just slid in here? Is that Tay? That is Tay. What's up, Tay? I hope you're doing good. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. I hope you're doing all right. All right. It's cool when family members slide through, you know. Not a lot of them out there. All right. So again, possible day trading setup moving into today, but we still listen, we don't have anything on the 24-hour telling us up or down. So remember the rules that we talked about. Now, also want to just briefly brush over this. We got one Hold on. One, two, three, four. And in a rare anomaly, we got one, two, three, four. And now we're opening up in range. Just some food for thought. All right, last one, IWM, and my preference. I'm not sure if anybody gambled on this one or took a little speculative call, but we're looking for a potential retest back up at this 250, and lo and behold, we got it. Pretty close actually. It touched two. It's touching 249.42. There's not a lot of leeway up here as far as empty space is concerned, so we're counting on volume. 649.50. We have a 2-hour range directly up above us, giving us a 250 target up overhead. Any secondary target would likely be at 251. And there's really not much else to say about this one. The floor verifiably is around 247.20. We're not anywhere near that. We're above 248.32. So the trajectory as of right now is up. If you're playing IWM, you might be playing IWM because you are looking forward to the empty space beyond that. Obviously, and especially once we start moving into levels like 251, that would be the biggest question. There's a pocket of empty space here, pocket of empty space there, and here. All right. Could you just tell me again where you to see your watch list feed cut out? Oh yeah, my YouTube channel. I do. I'm on YouTube channel or on my YouTube channel right now. I am. Anybody swing IWM? Just curious. All right. Now let's check up on some of these setups that we talked about last night. PLTR. Ugh, fuck. So this turned into potential swing, probably a day trade, into what's might be a scalp. We'll see, depending on where this moves at the bell. But this does take half my play away, right? So it'd be kind of nice maybe to see it pull back and retest that same floor, kind of around that 170 area, and that would be not a full gap fill, but definitely close to. But if you are looking at PLTR here this morning, it is and this is something I was going to talk about yesterday. Is I'm going to try to point out whether I see a day trading or a swing trading opportunity when I look at that chart. So when I look at this chart, as of right now, I see a day trading opportunity. Obviously, up and above 175, we have a potential target in the 177 area, right? There's a little wickage at 176.45, but that would be the first immediate target up and above, right? Uh, to the downside, I think this is pretty obvious. Say for, yeah. So again, you got to kind of look to your left here, see what you held on to. Looks like this is where you broke out from. So it would be 172 for a retest. If you kept falling below that, we could be looking much further. Hold on one second. I forgot my drink. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Said I forgive you, don't have it again. All right, so PLTR, day trading opportunity, read and react scenario, bounce levels above and below, requires more of your time because of the gap up. Cry me a river, I'll cry with you. All right, Lulu stayed in place, which is good for me. Keep your alerts set today. 207 below and 213.84 above. We've got a perfect area of consolidation, right? Nice little waves in here. Outside of that, there is a target of 219.87. So kind of a day trading opportunity as well. To the downside, if anything was to fail, and especially if this was to rip up, which, by the way, if you are planning on taking that rip up, it would probably be best that you take it before it goes for the break of 213, um, possibly somewhere in this 211, 212 area. There is a gap down below at the floor. This is obviously calls for concern if this was to rip up and be unable to hold any highs. Don't second guess yourself. If it loses 213 again, there could be a pretty gnarly punch down that could occur, and you'd be surprised how well that would play out. All right. Elite. Hmm. I'll take a look at it. All right. Netflix. No gap up. Um, yeah, you've actually skidded a little bit here this morning. Hmm. I'll yell at my wife. Yo, P, can you watch that Robin Hood cup, please? And if you really love me, fill it with ice and bring it to me. Okay. We'll see if she really loves it. Yeah, Netflix is going to be a read and react scenario for sure. Okay, so this one, and listen, without the news of release or the release of the news, we might not get the volatility that we're looking for. But if it is moving up and over, you can look at the hourly. We have a 91.20 potential trigger here. It would be up and over 91.50. That play is still in place, but of course, we do have the news weighing us down right now. So, no chart on TikTok anymore, guys. I'm on YouTube. I have been just getting banned constantly. Every time I go live to show you my charts, I just get banned. I get warnings for no reason. So I'm circumventing that by talking. And if you guys would like to look at the YouTube, that's really the only solution I have. So this is the only bypass somehow. All right, Oracle. Now, Oracle did start curling up and out in the right direction. We were talking about this before. Obviously, we need to look for a $200.67 break. If you go to the 4 hour, that remains pretty much true. First target would be 205 if we can get that break. Second target would be in the 209 excuse me. So we're looking for Oracle to kind of keep. Listen, this is another one of those setups that can't really lose any ground once it's taking off. So I would say that 198.44 is that mark of protection, if you will. Classic. Love that stock. Interesting. All right. If you have anything you would like for me to take a look at, please drop your requests now. And we'll go ahead and try to take a look at it here. USAR. If you're taking this off of a rotation, you're just quite simply in a box. A lot of people will trade it like this all the way up to said box or all the way within that, like right at the floor of this higher time. So this is actually pretty interesting. He had a box, built it, pulled back, cost basis, and then punched down. So at the moment, the resistance above you is here. And because of the way that this thing moves, you could retest all the way down here and still be in the right position. But yes, there is empty space all the way to 17 bucks. So I don't hate it at all. Ooh, you know what? We got some ashwagandha. Would I be chasing GDRZF? I don't even know what that ticker is, but I'm going to assume yes. Because if it's that weird of a ticker, then it's more than likely OTC, which means it hasn't ripped. I don't think you've chased anything, dude. It's gone nowhere. I don't trade OCT shit. For fucking sure, but over 184. Hood, hood booger. Ooh. Mm. So it looks like you still have overhead resistance of 119.50. That's going to be the coup de grace volume wise. If that is punched through, there is a pretty decent play all the way up to 132 over 124.55. Very simple. Yeah, you guys can tell me if you can tell the difference. We'll see. Tastes like fucking leaves. All right. Hood EIX Edison International. Sounds like more Tesla ripoffs. Just find some old dead dude from history and name your company after that. Caesar salads, but we don't make Caesars. I see a play up to 66. There is obviously a lot of empty space. You've spent quite a bit of time in consolidation. You are up and over 60, 50, 80. So you're looking to continue that journey right up into that 65.88 mark. What strategy do I use? I created my own strategy by not listening to anybody out there, not reading anybody's books, but just staring at the market exclusively. That is called the Potterbox strategy. I use a 24-hour time frame with extended hours and target-based contracts, and I achieve pretty remarkable gains doing so. Low risk, high reward. Mm, you said it looks like what? 50. Oh, you mean like this? Yeah, yeah. When I see this right here, or even I guess even right here, I mean, yeah, there is definitely a channel um at play here, but the thing about it is there's probably that, right? So you're only looking at what's probably a piece of it. I don't put too much weight on the channels until I see. I mean, and you got a lot of bounces here, and you got a lot off of the top, and so we could just safely assume that yeah, you're in control in that lower channel, and if you were to break outside of it, you'd be in that higher channel. There is analysis attached to that, but I would never trade anything like this. If Oh Lord. Um but seriously, this is something and I don't mean to say that to insult anybody. I just will not trade anything that moves like this. Anything that shows that it has like a lack of volume, no consistent waves, volume is lacking. Oh, lost a lot of the California arson. It happened like Oh, that's right. Yeah, you are correct. I'm sure possibly as a long-term play, yeah, I mean that could be real big. And you've got a lot of room to go. As far as like an options trade, not big fan of that movement. I have a pretty high standard for what I consider like obviously something like, you know, Tesla or Snow or, you know, even Lulu that has some decent consistent volume. Um, so the options on EIX are ass. Probably. Probably Adobe finally with some empty space. So you are correct. You are correct. Now, after typically after a pretty decent move like this, even if it's just a shot down, you'll get a little bit of sideways action before you get a reversal. Now, reversal wise, I see here, but you're not really holding on to that. And I also see here, which seems more in order with where your structure is now, right? 4 hour time frame. So here's where you're going to have to solve a problem hourly. Go to the hourly, take a box, gap fill 334.61 plus cost basis. That is, I don't know how I feel about those wicks there. It doesn't really change much. But that being said, if you lose your pre-market low, look for that target of 326. If you punch up through 334, you can try to take that empty space. I'm just not fully convinced that that'll go immediately all the way. In fact, now I'm completely convinced you would still have to recover that floor at 338.65 or 50, excuse me. What's up? Good morning. Oh, thanks for the gifts, guys. I did not see those. We all don't have to send gifts, so I appreciate that. Yes, it's down. Uh, listen, obviously, everybody has kind of gotten away from this one, and probably rightfully so. It is honestly, dude. You calling it short, I will never go short on anything that has recovered a floor. That means that buyers are in control, and that means I no longer have that. You could see a pullback retest of 2117 and continuation to the upside, or because of the empty space underneath you, possibly down to that 2090, and then, but the trajectory is up right now. A lot of people make the mistake of again shorting things that are reclaiming. And it's like, once something has lost a floor or whatever, that is what its highest, what the probability is highest for it to continue moving in that direction. So right now, you know what's up? CVS. Oh, I was about to say, what the fuck? Ah, yes, I see that. And all-time highs, if I'm assuming correctly. Yep. And retesting the previous highs. So the short answer here is below pre-market lows. There is a possibility to pull back all the way to 163. Had I taken this for your slash massive punchback, no doubt about it in my mind, I'm out. Profits taken, goodbye. And especially because we're at all-time highs, I don't know what his expiration, what his plan was, but with that sort of gap up, absolutely. That's an all-time highs gap up. You're retesting those all-time highs. He could sit and, look here, 15-minute, and try to map out. Nah, that doesn't really give me much. Yeah, there's really not much here to go off of other than I just have a floor and I just have a ceiling right here. So you could see 167.22 get retested. And then from there, I really only see this right here, which is a 168 or 169 area. In so 2026, you aren't sharing your screen? No. If you are watching me right here, I am on YT, YouTube, um, because I keep getting banned on this app. So sorry about that. I will switch back or stream from both, but yeah, I unfortunately can't do much about it, man. Tired of getting banned every time I go live. Lily up. That certainly seems, I mean, that wick on Friday was huge. So I think the goal for today is to A, stay here, 1067, and a break over 1084, you have empty space to the 4 hour 1098 or 1099. And at that point, you'd probably be looking for all time highs with the right momentum. So, okay. So, first target is going to be 121, 122 area. Let's see. I remember the 4 hour not being super clear, so that'll back me up. So floor there, that is 120.60. That is your first immediate target, followed by 122 even. Nice job on that one. Bitcoin up. Yeah, so if you guys have heard me last week or today, or yesterday, excuse me, I've said if I was a Bitcoin person, I'd be fucking long. I said, I mean, yeah, I definitely said that. One of the reasons, and I actually discussed this, I think a week or two ago, we talked about the resistance overhead at the 90.60, 96, and that broke. And that had been held down one, two, three, four, five times, and we finally got a break. So as of right now, we're looking over 93.7, right? I'm looking at that empty space up into the 98.8s and possibly 100K mark. Oh, thank you. So the market is going up or down. Thanks. I just peep. What? Oh, yeah. Nah, I think this guy's like, yeah, up or down, bro. No, making my way down there. Hmm. So you touched that, right? So all of that empty space is filled, right, to that first green candle on the dot. So how am I supposed to know whether this is going to continue moving to the upside, right? I think that's the biggest question with something like this. Keep moving down. Look to your left. Use the same resistance. Use the same floor. Now you know where you need to go. But how do you get there? 30-minute. Okay, good start. 15-minute. Ah, now I see something. 5-minute. Now I see something. Small range. 350, 466 recaptured, right? And at that point, you would expect relatively decent fluid movement up to 357.37. But reclaiming this floor is the first step in that process. Okay, hello. Looking at this one yet? Yeah, that one's so far a pretty damn good move to the upside. Looks like you might be mid punch back. I would be looking for a move to 86.16 to get this play started up into that 97 area. It looks good as far as I can see. Again, the main thing would just be holding on to 81 today, specifically. It may seem like Potter is psychic. He's really not. I'm really not. I'm not even a genius. Yeah, it feels weird when people say that because I don't think that this shit's that cool. I really don't. It's not. It's just some fucking, yeah. Nah, doubtful maybe is a better word. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Does any genius ever consider them a genius? I don't think so. I don't know, but I think that this I think conceptually it's too simple to be genius material. You know, conceptually it's just I didn't get shotgun blasted by 1,000 indicators and different strategies. I got blasted by one, said this is trash, saw the same behavior types in other people and avoided them like the plague and decided to stare at the charts myself. And I just saw boxes. I got the 24-hour time frame with the extended hours. That wasn't I didn't come up with that. Somebody told me to, like, they were like, have you ever had, that was the question. Have you ever checked out the 24-hour? I was like, well, no. But that being said, I think it's conceptually a pretty simple. Well, thank you. Um, Sorry you guys can't hear on TikTok. Reddit seems like it's going to be touching this floor here today. 253.75 is the target directly up above you. Clear as day. Can't know if ands or buts about it. I would be looking to take profit or trim at that area unless you're planning on trying to take this out even more. I don't see a ton of, I do see empty space at all-time highs. So making it through 263.87. Right there, kind of the old cost basis actually would be 260.40. If you have ADHD and you're unmedicated, Arden's Garden, focus, dude. I took a sip like 10 minutes ago. I already feel my brain. I can feel it. Oh, did I missed this one? I must have skipped it. Oh shit. Marble with the gap up to cost basis, sitting right up against the ceiling here this morning, 24-hour time frame. I see this wall here, so I got to give you 95 or 94 as a first target, but ultimately you're looking at the 96.12 target directly up above you. And Colette Moser Potter, I believe that was your cult, Sir Potter. uh, that's hilarious. Yeah, for sure. What are you looking at on this one, man? Up, down, all around. Interesting. Okay, so floor is protected by this. That is what you're up against here this morning. That protects you from 141. 141 is your floor. Your floor gets reclaimed, and you possibly get that empty space up above. So, I mean, there's more there. Um, the gap up to me is a little fishy because that automatically can bring us right back down to where we started. You also have a gap underneath you to 131, so maintaining and holding 135 is absolutely necessary, but the target up above for today, if we can break that wick at 137.90, would only be a meager 139.32. So unless you're playing for that empty space up to 153, I don't know how worth it that one might be with all of those variables above and below. TSM, I think this has got to be the funniest joke in the entire world. Like, is this exit liquidity? This has got to be exit liquidity. China is fucking, their pants are swelling for Taiwan. They want that island so bad. And Taiwan just gaps the fuck up after ripping extremely hard on Friday. I just got an alert on Lulu. Ah, perfect. So let me just give you this analysis. I I don't have any. There's nothing I can do. I don't trade all time highs. By the way, if you're new, you're just watching my streams. I I don't trade all time highs. If I catch a trade into all time highs, great. That's empty space too. But I also don't know where it stops. And I'm unless it's one, two, three, like three big candles outside of that range. Right now I see one, two, three breakout. I see a doji here this morning. What does that tell me? Little to nothing. So if you're looking to trade TSM based on the fact that it has volatility, you're going to be on the 30-minute and the 15-minute and probably the 5-minute, actually, to be honest with you, measuring out things like that. So stay above 329.30 today, and you have a chance to keep going. What are my picks for today? Some of my picks have been ruined. If I'm being keeping it 1,000 with you. Oh shit! It is 4 minutes to the bell. Ivy or Alex? Can we get a like maybe set an alert on your phone or alarm every day, 5 minutes before the bell? Will you guys just give us a 5-minute warning? Sometimes I'd be getting too damn close to the bell. All right, split your screens if you have multiple watches. Um, damn, keys are almost to that second target that I gave. IWM's looking decent. Netflix looks better. Netflix looks way better. If you are on here, I would recommend getting to my YouTube. That is where I will be streaming. I'm going to shut this down. I need my phone. If you guys don't, I hope you guys what I think of oil stocks with that nasty ass gap up, man. I'm I'm out. I'm out. Unless you want to, yeah. Unless you want to deal with more and more stress, uh, that's going to require a Tesla. Doesn't look bad. All right, TikTok. 3 minutes. I'll see you on YouTube. Bye. Okay. It's in here. Oh. I like Lulu whatever way it decides to lay in bed, my friend. Would and huh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm so both to the upside for a day trading play. And I mean, you have a gap down at that floor too. So like if we were to wick out and pop down, so I don't think that what happens in the next couple of days is going to be the big move yet. I think if we go down, this one goes up and then it goes down off of a rejection. I think if it goes up, it goes down. Vice right. So basically the opposite. And based on what I'm looking at here this morning, yes, I am looking for a break over 213.70 up to 219.50, and then at that point I'm gonna kind of let it go and see what it wants to do from there. So yeah, I know there's a lot of things that are kind of moving here without me. I keep it. Yeah. So yeah. So if you do take this punch back, the first and only logical target is 91.86 for, and I can't promise that we go any higher. Now, would you be foolish not to try to take that opportunity, having a great stop loss, or even 91.23? Get ready. If you're going to trade this, you should be ready to go here. Um, But yeah, you would want to take that punch back, and then you're taking it in an exploratory fashion. If you want to take it further than that, you do have empty space all up in this fucking box. So I wouldn't be scared of it, but I would recognize that if we don't have the volume today, watch that fucker. Um, that would be what stops you. If we have the volume today, that does not stop you, and you flush straight through it or straight through it. Oracle with an immediate retest back down right before the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, motherfucker. Hold on. Um, Yeah, so is that correct? That is not correct. That is a wide spread. If you have Pinterest, I do have Pinterest still. If you have Pinterest, I forgot to cover this one. You did gap up to 27, but we're flat up against that right now. So we need to break over 27.02 today to keep moving to the upside. Lulu's starting to go green here. Asks just raised up to 212.43. Oracle, perfect. I was just about to switch over that. Oh, why do you look like that? Oh, dude, it's every day, dude. I never want to be spread like that. Wait, pause. Reverse. It's getting worse, but yes. Yes, as soon as it get yeah, well, honestly, once the volume just comes in. It takes like about 25, 30 minutes on the, slowest of stocks. All right, there's Lulu right there, you little fucker. Not you guys, the stock. I got a potty mouth, y'all. What do I do about that? 217.50s, Lulu. God, those are expensive as shit. All right, there's Lulu moving to the top of that box. This is absolutely, it's not guaranteed that it breaks, but this is where you need to go for that break. 214.18 break. See if we get that move up there. Pinterest is coming back down off of that gap up. Makes sense if it loses to 186.63, possible retest back down here. Oracle had a nice retest but failed. Did it? No shit. No shit. I don't know, bro. That is, yeah, well, down, or even if you are still long, there is still more up there. 194.66. If you get pulled, yanked back down underneath 191.61, yeah, oh yeah, I could see that possibly happening. Ugh. Yeah, IWM. Anybody in IWM? Good. Dead ass, bro. Talking kidney prices. All right, we got that break overhead on Lulu. On IWM, I've got a few runners. I'm looking for 251.65, but I don't have a full position on this one now, so do what you will. All right, there you go, Lulu. Look at that, guys. Yo, this might be a clippable lesson. Listen, the whole box 1, 2, 3 thing is fucking magic. And if your stock, this is the variable. If it does not move, I do not care about 1, 2, 3. I don't care because it doesn't fucking apply. Um, that's only for stocks that have good volume. But even on a lower time frame, being able to measure when something is likely going to break, I'm not a genius. This is not genius. Listen, I did pay attention in kindergarten. First grade, I can't really speak for that. But kindergarten, man, I could count to like 25, dude. That shit was balling. This is a perfect example of being able to do just that. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I didn't even do it. A couple other people pointed this out as well. So being able to measure even when it's likely going to move gives you a little bit of an edge, even if, again, I'm looking at this on a 24-hour time frame, but I'm able to nail down that it's likely going to move today because it has that rotation, which gives us an edge. Yeah, you probably catch me dead before you catch me trading Microsoft. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. Keep it a buck. If it has a great setup, it has a great setup, and I guess I can't really bitch too much about it. It looks like it could build that. This is actually the most volatile I think I've seen Microsoft in a while. I mean, this was nutty, but hey, Lou holding strong. Nice. Damn. Can you talk about how did you know Lulu was going to gap up today? So it didn't gap up, but it did run. Okay. Now, This is a simple concept, folks. And if you're new here and you haven't heard it, this is about as simple as this is super simple. Inside of an area of consolidation, right? Wave theory, I've incorporated a couple different things to come to this conclusion. On a volume filled stock, a stock that trades pretty regularly, typically inside of an area of consolidation, on the second wave, either off of the top or the bottom, the probability of you breaking increases tenfold. If we are in a situation where we have three off the bottom and two, this is wave, like literally looking at it wave wise, whichever, like if I got three bounces off the bottom and only two off the top, the probability is that I'm going to break higher. If I have three off the top and two off the bottom, the probability is that I break lower. That is, and I swear to God, I actually learned this from nobody else but myself. I remember the stock that I was watching. It was Nvidia, and I remember looking back and charting this like it in surprise. I was like, no way! Every single one of these tiny little fucking boxes just has like three rotations, and then it goes. I was starting to catch on. Now remember, if Lulu cannot hold on to 213.38, we're not attached to this lower time frame trade, right? We don't care where it goes, but we know it's moving. Now this look, I talked about this last night. It is possible for Lulu to reach out, and if it cannot hold, it will reverse. You got to be okay with that and be ready. Oracle is doing well at holding itself up over 199.95. Maybe a little bit of a decent expiration. But that target still is 202. It's looking pretty good. Oh, beautiful. Very good. Beautiful fucking. Oh my God, Oracle right there. That gave you about 30 seconds to fucking. Oh my God, dude. That shit just made my knees weak right there. See, sometimes I feel like a genius. That just made me feel like a genius. And then pretty soon here, Lulu's going to reverse and bring me back down to earth, where I shall then again be humble. The video does not seem like it's hanging on very well. Lulu is also faltering here. Not my favorite. Lulu is a little bit more of a wiggly stock, though, so I can allow for it to retest. Damn, meta. Yeah, I missed it. I missed it, but the analysis was perfect. So hopefully you didn't. I could not take Netflix. There was too much going on. Damn. It's not over though. Still a lot of empty space up there and a floor to retest all the way at 92.70. But again, even if I'm not right, I'm still on time. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dip, rip, punchback. That is a punchback by definition. If you are new to my channel, if you're new, period. What you're looking at right here is a verified fucking punchback through a 5-minute box into empty space, hitting the first target. Hello there. Hitting the first target up ahead of you. Hey, we're going to not step all over my keyboard if we're going to join me at the desk. Okay, so QQQ did fill up 620 as we spoke about and did reverse. Day traders could be having fun right now. Scalpers? Fuck. Hey, no. Uh-uh. You do not rub your face on the charts. No rubbing your face on the chart, Shouty. My cat. XYZ is pushing here. 4 hour time. Ah, looks good. That looks real good. Real good. Yup. Yeah, 67.27. You're on your way. No need to jump the gun unless you're trying to. You could set a long. You got to have a longer expiration, but 66.40 use that stop loss. All right. No more in the live trading chat bubble. Just type in the regular live trading chat. Yeah, any runners on IWM, if you have any runners on IWM, uh, stand up, put your right leg in, put your right leg out, and then shake it all about. Right there on the fucking penny, 251.07. Oh, I can't keep track right now, brother. I am in an autistic wormhole. I'm in a ADHD wormhole. Yes, it did. Beautiful. Good gap. Look at that fucking signal right there. You gap up outside of the cage with empty space up above you. Retest, ripperoni, and cheese. That's fire. Anything else? Anybody else seeing anything? Looking good? Ah, yes, almost close. Or almost there. Yeah, it does look like it. It might try to go for that gap fill here. If anything, that 227 wick. Yes, I see you, Pearl. Yeah, with that wick right there, man, it looks like definitely you have a 225.32 retest in store here. Yeah, if you have any gains to screenshot on AWM or anything else, I don't want. You take a look at BBWI. Yeah, once again. The weekly looks great, but doesn't have a lot of like base. Like you're not building, you didn't build a base or anything, so you're kind of just taking off of that bounce. And then when you go to the 24 hour, it's just, dude, it looks like a field of flack. Not a lot. So yeah, so bam, you'd have to hit that, reclaim that. Then it's like, okay, let's go to the 4 hour because I can't really see exactly what's there. And now we have this range stacked on top of you there. So an expiration that's long would definitely be an order, but it definitely, I mean, the target would be the floor of 2468. Oracle is trying. It did go up and hit 207, which is that wick top over here to your left. This is the third time. You need to move down to a lower time frame. What must you hold? Obviously, this candle is getting to the point now where you need to hold 200. If you lose that 198.31, bad things are going to happen. 196.68 is on the way. And when I'm back in. Oh, you know what? Tripping. Really tripping. Still pushing. Back up. Mm-hmm. Okay. My sound is fucked up right now. Oof. I'd be pulling. Yeah, I'd be pulling my chute right now. See ya. Out. Well, had you see, the problem isn't jumping in. If you jumped in and you abide by your stop loss, that's the problem. Longer expirations. My neck gotta look like a freezer. I mean, it's right up against the top. God damn, IWM, what the fuck? Oh my god, dude. Spin on a Moscow. Mm. Uh, yeah, that would be the first. Well, no, 69.36. Yep. All right, guys. All I have on IWM is 251. Actually, you know that's a fucking lie. 252 is actually. I don't. I'm gonna leave. I have 4 contracts left, which is not normal for me, but I did not expect it to rip this hard. Surprise, 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 surprise. But yeah, we're looking at 252.16. Yeah, my granny got blown over. Oh no, Pearl. Yeah, my granny got blown up by a bazooka. I think about her every time I hit the hookah. Not bad, dude. That's the IRS's text message. Line is this easy to forget this. Shimmy, shimmy, God. No applause. Um, Loving it. I might have to buy more equity on that one. Looking really, really good. Want that 103.25 mark. It's weird. We got different sectors. Coin is up big today. Fat gap up right there. Can't chase that. It's $20 in your pocket. Yeah, SoFi was a clear play right there. That was nice. Yeah, saw that. Volume. maybe. Uh, yeah, it's hard to come back down to that kind of shit. Whoa, Dad, somebody protect Chad, dude. Holy shit. What do you think? Yeah, that was pretty fire. Yeah, that was pretty. Those are things we feel and not say. Dude, I really do kind of want to low key buy an island van on a in a different country. I was looking at that island finder again. Do you get an island for like a nice little infrastructured island? It's gonna be in a country that you probably can hardly pronounce, but it, it yeah, but if I buy an island, the accusations of a cult will no longer be defensible. Oh yeah, you have an island that you bought and you trade from there with a group of people? Yeah, that's a cult, dude. Oracle perfectly off of cost basis. Hold on one second, I'm taking my headphones off. 1 second. Wait, what? I think I did I just hear you say that again? The damn. Maybe that was destiny, but you forced it. That's crazy. Look at remember what we talked about with cues though this morning? Reach up and that was it. It's over. It's crazy. It could be a great if it builds a little bit, it could be great down, especially with everything kind of pulling back here. Make it look sexy. Make it look sexy. Ivy, you can't change that. Young Sheldon. Ba ba ba. Damn, so far. Jesus. Damn. Fuck you. Might be time to start looking at fucking TTD again. Them little boy, them not, them do not know about that. I think Japanese or Japanese. That's crazy. Jamaican accents are my favorite. Yeah. Eerie. Yeah. They be going fucking hard, dude. Listen, some of them dance, like the dances where they just be like, bro, they, mm-mm. I'm talking about the WWE from the fucking like top of a car to like, you know what I'm saying? Like they be, dude. Some of the ladies will like jump and like all the way like on the. I'm like, no way, dude. Someone hasn't died from that. Damn, I didn't think about that. I could handle it. I could handle it. You know what I mean? I might. Yeah, I can handle it. I'm a tough guy. Might as well try it once. Never know. It might be Rihanna. Go ahead and jump on the white boy face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. Ivy. My neck is broken. I'm sorry. Oh god. I'm done. Yeah, so this one looks like it TTD looks like it's rushing up to cost basis. How it responds to that cost basis will determine whether or not I potentially like this one for a swing. It's inside of a nice little channel. I might take it at least up to 43 tomorrow. And I need. You still have the wick at 68 on XYZ. Yep. Do you? I'm not really sure if we're gonna stop on XYZ. Look at the wick right there. Just blew right past it. 71. Here you come. If, yeah, fish. TTD is just tapped cost basis here. It's interesting, man. I think Hood could be added to the watch list. This one looks so much like SoFi to me. Look. Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot to look at here at the end of the day, guys. A lot. Have your request ready, and we'll see if we can't nab some swing trades overnight because there's a lot setting up. DKNG is setting up. Hood looks all right. TTD looks good. A little salty. I missed coin, but I would have taken it anyway. I'm done with that one, dude. But yeah. Right now, actually, it's I shouldn't say that because ultimately, if we're able to get above this or reclaim this floor, which we're doing right now, there's empty space all the way to 252. And that's really the biggest point. That is where a lot of these major rejections have happened, and that'll determine what we do. I mean, honestly, this thing looks like it could go for that 255 break, um, and maybe even all the way back up into the highs. So Pinterest retested, by the way, and is actually holding pretty well. So pretty surprised about that. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, I'm probably not going to be taking any positions until the end of the day. A lot of stuff is ripping or has ripped and is up against levels that I need to see that it can hold it. That doesn't look bad. So this right here seems to be an incredibly important floor, 178. This is your overhead resistance of that same point. So I can't give you any other, or I can give you a target. Oh, come here. 181.92. 181.92, we need a candle close up against or outside of that. And yes, tomorrow's target would likely be 186.85. If we can break over that, then you can get your target at 192. So yeah, having a little bit of time on this one as well. 38 is the first target overhead, and then if you're looking for all of it, I personally think you should be out like 2 months, 3 months, um, aiming for 42. Just so you have, I mean, for the whole space. Oh yeah, for yeah, for 2 weeks for 38s. Yes, I think you. should be should be good. Agreed. Yeah, that was a little overwhelming. All right. If you're on TikTok, these are, yes, the things that we're watching going into today. So, but yeah, if you're looking at these, we want to see how they react to their overhead resistances. If they build rather than reject, that's a good sign. If they pull back or do reject and then bounce off of what they broke out of, that is also a good sign. So there could be a lot of positive swings here going into the end of the day. I'm going to go ahead and close the TikTok stream or the YouTube stream though, and I'll see you guys closer to 3 o'clock.